it's always slightly amusing.
Right.
And it's actually quite nice while you're playing sometimes to just go da da da.
Right.
Because there's a lot of time this hand's really busy,
Right.
this hand's not doing anything. You can kind of just flick it off.
I love the way you play the style you have with your guitar too, coming back up.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of like a whole kind of playing style. Really.
Right. Very much so.
Yeah, no, loads of amazing players around at the moment. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. But good crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are we good? Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're
cool.
good. So, let's go back to the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. You only did one song, right?
Yes.
So, did you get to meet Jay Leno?
Very, very briefly. I think I met him while I was on the phone. I was doing a phone interview as well.
Oh.
Which was annoying because I'd love to actually chat it, but it was like, hey, thank you so much, and okay, oh, you're on the phone. Yeah, no, it's cool. Don't worry about this. It's fine. It's nothing. No. So it was a tiny bit awkward. But I think that the other two guys, the bass player and the drummer, got pictures with him and stuff, and we're hanging out.
Oh. And then you go out and you perform one song. Is there a lot of pressure on that one song?
Massively so. I think you are technically allowed to mess it up because they can refilm it.
Oh, really?
I think they can, but they really, really don't want to.
Right. And did you?
No, it would only be, apparently it's just someone said before, which is quite hilarious. They said, if you make like a tiny little mistake, which you're really not happy with, but that they might not notice, make sure something goes horrifically wrong later on. So basically, if you make like a tiny little mistake, which you really don't want going out, or like a kind of completely wrong chord, but then you're fine after that, just tear the strings off the guitar at the end and say, oh, I broke.
Right.
Or fall over. Or
so if you make a tiny mistake, make a bigger one later.
Make a bigger mistake so you have to do it.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Was the advice that someone gave to me.
That's funny. So tell us about your album. I'm intrigued by this concept of an album being electronically released and physically released. Electronically, I was told that everyone can access iTunes in your album that came out last year. But physically, we can't get it until just recently.
It is really strange. I'm still trying to work out. Actually, it's probably going to be more of an issue on the next album.
Oh, really?
Because stuff's kind of beginning to like come together over here. It's going to be strange. I don't know if I'm going to have to delay release in England, because obviously if I release it in England and people over here want it, then they'll just get it from England. And then, obviously from the record company here's point of view, that's not ideal.
No. Talk about paying your dues in England, about all the years it took to get to this point where we're just finding out about you.
No, it's cool. No, I've actually really enjoyed going back to the beginning. I mean, I still sneak around and do tiny little gigs in the middle of nowhere every now and then. Especially on this tour, there weren't enough. Well, there haven't really been. It's been lots of kind of radio stuff and not enough kind of gigs. So we've had evenings off. So I think it was when we were in Cincinnati. We just wandered around to a bar with guitars and we're like, can we play? Is there a gig?
Really?
Just anywhere that had a PA. We were like, can we play? Are you guys booked up? And then we met the guy that was playing and he said, yeah, no, you guys can do like an hour in the middle. I'll just drink some beer and take all the money. Cool, down with that.
And that's what you love to do best anyway, play.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, of course.
Huh. What was the first band you played with? Do you remember?
I think I was playing bass in what was essentially like a Green Day tribute band.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't really, but there was a gig where we did the whole of Dookie from the songbook at the front, and that kind of crossed the line for me.
And did you know then that this is what you wanted to do?
No, not really. I was just messing around.
Really?
Yeah, no, I wasn't like... It wasn't until I started playing kind of acoustic stuff, the acoustic kind of guitar, that I really started feeling at home. I was never very good at electric. I'm still not. I'm still a kind of thoroughly mediocre electric guitarist. Bordering on bad.
What's the difference between acoustic and electric, other than the obvious?
Well, I think it's partly like the style stuff as well, because I spend a lot of time in very alto tuning, so my guitars are tuned very low, which I'd have to put heavier strings on an electric could do. Oh. And you can't string band on my guitars at all. I mean, you have to really kind of wrench it. When you do go for it, you have to really go for it. So whenever I play electric guitar, so if I go to like bend a string, I bend it right off the neck. I was like, sorry, you can have that back. I don't like it. But I'm still getting used to it. No, I guess it's just because a lot of my technique is the combination of using the whole instrument, and that's kind of what I do. So if I'm faced with something where I can just use the strings, I just feel really like, oh, it's just got strings.
Where did you develop that style? Where did you get that?
Well, I thought I invented it for about a month, but then I had loads of other players after that. So I spent a month going. I kind of went click. Whoa. It started by mistake. Just when I was playing, it just went black, and I was like, oh, that was really loud. Really hurt, but it was also really loud. I was like, what was that? was at the inside of the sound hole. I was like, ooh, and then I kind of started messing around with other stuff and kind of, yeah, just started kind of, and also stealing bass techniques when I was playing bass, so the slap stuff started kind of coming into it, and then, yeah, and then I heard it was a piece by a guitarist called Thomas Lieb, who I've been telling everyone is Scandinavian for years, but I met him and the first thing he said was, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm not Scandinavian. He's Austrian, so he's from Austria, so sorry.
All right. Fair enough, you corrected that.
I did, no, I just need to make sure I do that from now on.
Sure.
It was a bad habit. Because
Sure.
I never really knew, I was guessing. It was close. I thought I'd choose like a big landmass.
So at what point did you figure out, I can make money doing this?
Well, I was convinced that the stuff I was doing was just for guitarists. I thought I'd just assumed that was the only people that were ever going to like it. Were other guitarists going, ooh, look at his fingers, and doing that thing, just because it's kind of, I mean, that's what all the instrumentalists kind of, it really lends itself.
Sure.
To just kind of doing instrumental stuff. And there's loads of, there's lots of kind of compositions, but there's also a lot of kind of cover versions of stuff. That's kind of part of the style, is taking on like a challenging track and
Right.
doing stuff with it. I'm trying to think what, because I was taught by Eric Roach.
Oh, really?
For 2 years. He had a profound influence on my playing. Like Matt couldn't have had a bigger influence really. And he taught Thomas Lieb as well, so even if
Right.
I'd just met Thomas Lieb, it still would have been
Right.
But obviously that all goes back to like Michael Hedges and stuff. So I mean, it's not like a new style of playing.
No, but you were probably like a sponge. You just soaked all this information up that they gave you.
Yeah, I mean, I was very specialised. There's a lot of stuff I completely ignored. Like I still can't shred, but when everyone else was learning to shred, I was kind of, because I went to music college. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. I went to music college for a couple of years.
Oh, wow. Was that helpful?
That was perfect for me.
Really?
Because I just needed like a couple of years to kind of just play and not have to think about anything else. And yeah, that was amazing.
Huh.
It's a lot of fun as well.
Is it? Now, you're not really performing anywhere. You're just touring the country right now, letting people know that you're out there.
Well, we did a kind of proper tour. We did kind of a little tour the first time I was here. That was kind of a tour and lots of radio stuff. That was in January. And then we came back in kind of April, March and did loads of gigs and not that much radio stuff, which was cool. And this tour is mainly radio stuff with a few gigs thrown in. So there was a gig at the Troubadour in LA, which was wicked. That was and also because we'd flown the band out to Leno, that was that drummer's first gig as well.
Oh, wow.
So we flew it. So we had them for the gigs. It was actually really came together.
So you played the Troubadour?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was wicked.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it was really fun. It was cool. We fully rocked out as well, which is really weird because it started out just like me on my own, and then we did like a couple of kind of chilled bandy ones, and then did like a few more on my own, and then came back and just fully went for it on a track that there's one track that I've had around for ages, but I've never been able to make it work until now. Which is it's seriously fun.
The history of that place. What was the crowd like?
Amazing. No, I was really up for it as well. San Francisco was cool as well. I did Slims.
Oh, wow.
And they were mental.
Were they?
Yeah, no, they were gloriously mental. It was fantastic.
Is that Boz Scaggs nightclub? That is, Slim's is Boz. I think Boz Scaggs founded that nightclub a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
It's a good place.
Oh, it's a great place.
Sound-wise as well, it's amazing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, the sound in there was awesome.
Awesome. So you're going to come back, I hope, this fall here to Portland?
Yeah. No, I think most of this year, if I look at like my diary, is US with a question mark.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to be around.
And do a proper tour.
Yeah, no, a proper tour, no messing around.
Newton Faulkner in our KINK Live Performance Lounge. Newton, thank you very much for stopping by.
No, it's my pleasure, man.